I like to think that it's because the people of Orange, after I ran the first time, were very pleased with the service that I gave to them. And simply, I believe in serving the people of Orange. I do it from a place of love. I really care about what I do, and I believe that my first priority in this position are the people of Orange. A little bit about me: born in East Ward. I left Orange. I went to Shore University, and after Shore University, I went on to the United States Air Force, and I came home. One of the things, my parents, my mother's a retired Essex County social worker, and my dad was a postman in the City of Orange. He was in the South Ward where he delivered mail. You might know them. A lot of people know my mom is Grandma Francis, or Auntie Francis, and my dad was Connie, the postman. And it's funny because I've adopted my mother's name. Many people know me as Auntie Donna now. And you know, what can I say? Since I've been serving, I've learned a lot. But what I learned is that the people of Orange who live here, they care about the city. One thing you can look at, I have my father's brother's yearbook, and it was from 1930. There are generations of people in Orange. You can look through the yearbook, and you can see people who have been here forever. I'm just trying to remember. I can remember the Rizzutos, just looking, and it's like, are they still here? Rudy Thomas and them, but you can just see generations of people that Thomas, you wasn't born in 32, but the family, I got you.
That's my grandmother's sister's husband.
Oh, see? And that's another thing about Orange, we're all related too. So be careful. But just to see how many people who have stayed, who have left, and who have come back is a testament to the City of Orange, and why many of us are still here serving. One of the things, I have my former colleague sitting here, Councilwoman Linda Jones-Bell, and one of the things that is budget season. Budget season, Orange has a budget over $60 million. And we went to an event with seniors last week. And the seniors asked for a couple of things that are not hard. They asked for a senior center. They asked for buses that worked, that had heat on them. And back to your point, Kenneth, customer service. Well, customer service is not something that costs a lot of money, because I came up in a generation where you answer the phone on the third ring and you smile when you answer the phone. That was primarily a must-do in a job. And I think if we got back to the basics of doing things, as opposed to spending money on things like legal fees, on things that don't benefit the people here in Orange, I think we can get back to the town that we all love and remember. And that's what I want to do. I know that we have taken an opportunity to probably try people who were not born and raised here in Orange. And I don't know that you necessarily have to be born and raised in Orange, but what I do believe, if you're here, you know the history, you have, you can say, I remember my first debate, and we had new people here, and one of the things they wanted was a grocery store in Orange. Well, one of the things I said, it's nothing that we have to do a lot of work on. Maybe we can just open a file cabinet and we can remember when every ward had a grocery store. When we had major grocery store, we had King, ShopRite, Food Town. We had all the grocery stores here in Orange. Our forefathers, there was recreation in every ward of Orange. They had a pool. There was a point, if you were just probably a little bit older than me, I came out class of '85, that you can remember you didn't, if I'm gonna go to CYO, if I'm gonna go down to the Valley Settlement House, if I'm gonna go to one of the two Ys. In 2.2 square miles, Orange was a town that virtually had everything. Main Street was a very viable place, and I know through time, Livingston Mall, Essex Green, that changed the dynamics of things, but now we're going back to a time where people want to walk out their doors and be able to shop in the towns that they live in. They want to be able to go to grocery stores where they live. And I think we have everything. We have a tremendous infrastructure. We have 2 train towns in town, but we are, because of our sister cities, we really have 4 trains. I realize that because the trend is that people are building all around the trains, It's putting us in a very awkward position of gentrification, but you can build without displacing people as well. So I think that comes back to a person who understands the dynamics of where they live at and who cares about where they live. I'm not getting in the car and leaving, I'm getting in the car all the time and going right to where I've lived pretty much all of my life, other than leaving to go to school and while I was in the military. So this is why I'm asking you to, I don't want to say bet, but bet on people who live here and who care about your town, who you can go and talk to anybody and say, well, tell me a little bit about Donna. You know, what is Donna about, and you know, where does she come from? Pretty much everybody knows me and they know my family. So I'm asking for your support, and I'm asking that what you do is you invest in Orange, and by investing in me, that's investing in Orange, New Jersey, and that you support myself and the whole team. We care about you, we care about our town and making it better. And we want to hear from you. Orange cannot be successful without you and your input. And your input is very important and something that is very needed. I'm the person on the council, and probably, and Linda, you could attest to this, is that I'm always asking when we're building something, I'm like, did you talk to the people where you're building at? And oftentimes people don't think that's important. And if you're not there, and I realize that people cannot always be there because you're working, you're taking care of home, you might be in school, whatever the case may be, but you want to entrust that the person who's sitting there that you vote on representing you cares about you and what's important to you. So again, invest in Orange by investing in me, and let's move this town in a direction that we know is best for you, and that is by supporting the Orange team. So again, I'm Donna K. Williams, running for City Council. This is Antoinette Hall. I'm sorry, thank you. Okay, I'm Donna K. Williams, so thank you. Freudian slip, thank you. Donna K. Williams running for mayor. Antoinette Hall running for council at large. Weldon running for council at large. Montague and Kenneth Toussaint running for council at large. But wait 1 second. Larry made a mistake earlier. When he gave the number of 17,000, he was talking about 17,000 registered voters. Orange, by the last census, has about 31,000 by the last census. I believe we probably have about 50,000 people here. But the last census states that we have about 31,000. But think about that, 17,000 registered voters, and during a mayoral election, 2,000 people come out. If it's a ward election, probably 400 or 500 people come out, and they decide for the masses. I want you to keep in mind that the census is going on. People may be calling you, you may receive mail, and it's very important that you fill out this information. If you're driving down, I don't know, over Hickory Street, you're like, why is this street so bumpy? Or what's going on? It's because of funding that we may not be receiving because we were undercount because of the census. At one point, if you drove by Oakwood Avenue School and there were trailers outside, and you thought, why are these trailers outside? Why are these children being taught in these trailers? It's probably because of an undercount of the census. So think, I know it's a very, we don't like people in our business and anything, but it's a very secure process, and it's a very important process. When we apply for funding for our schools, for our streets, and other grants, they go to the numbers on the census. So please get involved. And if people want to work for the census, they like that you work right where you live. And the price point for our area in Essex County is generally like $19 to $20 an hour. And that's the starting. And if you move up, it gets a little higher. So please consider census.gov if you need a part-time job. After May